Okay, we are going to go ahead and get this started here. There is going to be some last minute changes, however. Let me just get some music here going. So some last minute changes I have to make. We're going to switch this over to a round robin style tournament because my turnout right now is really low. It's less than 7 players. So this will give everybody a chance to participate. I've eliminated 3 people that have already signed up but didn't check in. So I think what we'll do is we'll have everybody do like a best of 5, because right now with our current players we have, let's go over our players real quick. We have 5 players signed up right now. So we have Eclipse, Dubby, OCB, Deadly Sins, and Supra. So this is being hosted on the JK3Warriors server. The focus behind this server in particular, it is a JA plus server with flip kicks and some damage added to staff kicks. Some of the saber interactions work a little bit like JA plus, but the damages are set to base, so you can get insta-gibbed by a really well done poke. Okay, let's go ahead and start that. Yeah, I didn't do a good job at advertising this one. To be a good kind of good test. I don't think this is going to take as long as you think. All right, now how do I start the tournament? Okay, so best of 5s. First match will be Dubby versus Supra. All right, let me figure out how to get my shit together. So there's 1, Stubby, Supra. Okay, let's go ahead and get this started. Whoops. So first match we have here is Dubby. Dubby's a relatively new player here to the Jedi Academy scene. Let's play some music. And then Super is also a returning player, but he's been active in base for the most part. So Debbie's been learning a lot about staff style. He's been trying some new things after after having watched Crime Lord play in the base tournament yesterday. What's up, Rat Pack Boy? And we looks like Super takes the first victory. So right now we're doing a best of 5. There's Super here that's trying to calculate Debbie's moves. It looks like Debbie ends up taking the first strike here. And Debbie's trying to be observant, trying to find an opportunity to come in and do a quick strike here. But Super's doing a really good job trying to keep Debbie at bay. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that this server does have flip kicks enabled, so it is a method that a player can use to build some distance. Flip kicking being a popular mechanic in Jedi Knight 2. And looks like Super managed to take the next match. I think Debbie could really benefit. I think Debbie here could really benefit from using a little bit more jumps as she comes in with a strike. Now, Super really enjoying the use of his overhead swings here. If you manage to connect that, it will do a lot more damage here than you're used to in other Jedi Knight 2, or excuse me, JA Plus servers. The spacing here by Super is very nicely done. And Super managed to take match 3. And we'll go ahead and advance to round 2. So next matchup we have OCB versus Deadly Sins. I believe this is OCB's first tournament. Oh, I should have said wait to start. My bad. So Deadly Sins was a part of the base tournament yesterday. Did pretty nicely with his partner. I can't remember who he partnered with. I think it must have been, I don't think it was Odin. Thunder. So OCB is a part of the JOF clan here, which has their own main server on JA+. So these mechanics might be something he's a little bit more used to in terms of the ways the sabers interact with each other. Nevertheless, Deadly Sins does have the base knowledge and we do have base damages set to the server, so if OCB is not careful, he will get insta-gibbed. Yeah, both shields here are still up, and OCB manages to take the first match. Very nicely done here by OCB. We see Dead here trying to come in with a leap strike, but misses. Both players throwing out some right swings, not getting too much luck or too much damage here. Looks like Deadly was able to keep himself very nicely spaced there from that poke. Both players looking like they took a considerable amount of damage here. I'm guessing Deadly, since the shield has to be down at this point. Those were two nice hits here by OCB. And OCB gets a really nice clean hit, but finishes out that match with only 15 hit points left. Now I noticed here that Deadly Sins does like trying to follow in with jump strikes as his primary method of approach. A nice switch to yellow stance here, getting a couple clean hits. Good flip kick here by Deadly Sins. Looked like a really nice clean hit by OCB. I would guess that Deadly Sins shield is down, but lethal poke here does turn the match. And OCB will win this series. Alright, let's go ahead and get the next match set up. Alright, there, got it all set up. Alright, next match here is Supra versus OCB. OCB being a little bit warmed up here for the last match. Again, Super here does a really good job here. He's managed to participate in the last match here of the base JK tourney, so we'll see if we'll be able to carry the same momentum from the base JK tourney here. Again, Supra preferring to use those overhead swings as his primary method of damage. OCB nearly retaliating here with a leap strike, but does not get close enough here to connect that. Yeah, both players are here being a little bit more evasive. Super throwing out a surprise left swing, doesn't connect it here. Again, Super here wants OCB here to make a mistake and so that he can connect a swing. Nice clean hit here by OCB. I don't know if that's enough to bring down his shield though. So Super Shield is still up right now. But again, one misstep here and a poke will finish this match. And a nice hit here by OCB. He'll go ahead and pick up the first win of this series. Very dangerous situation for Super right now. He's taken a couple hits here by OCB. Super needs to be very extra careful not to get caught with another hit. I would imagine at this point his health is probably less than 100. And Super nearly leading, landing a overhead strike here, but gets blocked here by the enemy's saber. Again, blocks in JA Plus are not, and this server in particular is not the most reliable method of defense. When set to multiplayer damages, however, the blocks do become a little bit more reliable. And Super here tries to leap up in the air, but gets struck down up in descent, giving OCB his second point. Will Super be able to gain any other extra scores here at this point here? It's looking, OCB is looking extremely strong here in this tournament. Again, the way to win this tournament is to score the most frags. And so far he hasn't been defeated yet. Good exchange here by both players. Hard to tell where they're at on their life here unless I spectate over to them. Good move there by OCB. Super here that's just throwing out right swings here, but could try to be a little bit more conservative there with his right swings because he's creating his own openings. As you can see, OCB is being a lot more observant than his opposing player. We have confirmed that Super's shield is down at this point. Super now trying to switch over to a more defensive playstyle here. The other thing that Super has to watch out for is being baited into a swing here. Super desperately trying to get not take damage here. Let's be trying to come in here with a leap strike here as a method of approach here, but Super has been doing a good job sidestepping some of those jumps. It's also interesting to mention that nobody here has used the wall yet, as a technique for stalling the red swing animation. But Supra managed to take a kill here against OCB. Very nicely done here by Supra, putting OCB down 1 point. The nice thing about having a base JK damages set here is the one thing that you can take away from J plus servers and base servers is that clean hits are clean hits. You know, no matter how the blocks and all the other saber mechanics works, if you're able to manage a clean hit, you'll still be able to carry that onto any game type that you play. We have an interesting exchange here by both players here. I'm not sure if anybody's shield is down. Looked like a flip kick in here by OCB. Flip kicks don't do any damage here. They just push away a player, but sometimes you might be able to get a player to land on their back, and if so, you can follow up with potentially deadly combo. If Super almost landing here an overhead strike here, but I'd imagine Super must have extremely low hit points here. At this point, has to be extremely careful. You know, OCB desperately wants to grab that kill. He's switching over to yellow stance, which we haven't seen too many swaps over to yellow stance here in this matchup. But yellow stance will change and can change the course of these battles. That's 14 music. This is the Bismarck theme, the whale guy. And OCB manages to take down Super, winning the best of 3 here in this series. Still, with the with Super getting 1 point, it might be beneficial for him. What we will ultimately see. All right, let's set up the next match. It's gonna be Eclipse versus W. Wait to start. Now I can't add anybody else here to the tournament because then I'd have to restart the whole thing. We have what's this? We have W that's switching over to a dual stance, which I've never seen W ever try using dual stance. So this will be interesting to see here. Still, the odds are against W's favor here, as Eclipse is a seasoned base veteran, but it looks like W manages to get the first blood here on Eclipse. Eclipse managed to take the first kill here, but very nicely played here by W. Managed to get Eclipse here pretty low health, so we'll see if we'll be able to carry that momentum on to the next match. Now there are some things that are very similar between staff stance and dual stance in terms of how the sabers interact. Block rates work a little bit differently here, and of course the alternate style is different. But we see W preferring to use more of a static playstyle, using both dual sabers and not trying to do any sort of transitions here. Nice dodge here by W. And I'm not sure who took that damage. I think it was W. At this point, I think W's shield has got to be extremely low at this point. Nice block here by W. And it looks like Eclipse manages to close out the second match. See that W's playstyle is very similar when using staff here. It looks like W took a lot of lethal damage here. It's not looking like a good situation. We have Eclipse that's putting out some DFAs here, completely disrespecting his opponent. Right, so if he's not careful, W will be able to pick up a win under his belt. Nice third strike here by Eclipse here. It didn't look like W saw that coming there. He tried to move in here after the second strike and ultimately walked into that third strike. So this series will be won by Eclipse. Alright, next match will be OCB versus Eclipse. Wait to start. Okay. Now we have OCB here versus Eclipse here. Eclipse has a very in-depth knowledge of different configurations that he could use. Another thing to keep in mind here, and one of the unfortunate truths here of the Jedi Academy community, is different configurations will change how certain things interact. It looks like both players right now are sort of evenly matched, but it's hard to tell if I don't have any sort of health display. OCB manages to take this match. Again, OCB here coming from a J Plus clan. Did my audio cut out from the stream or something? Are you? Oh. We have OCB that managed to get out a clean poke here as I was pondering life. My role in the universe. Yep, base damages. Will somebody be able to take this Titan down? OCB looking like it's hot. Again, OCB being the JA Plus veteran here, coming from a clan that has their own JA Plus server. Does play in a little bit to your muscle memory though. We got Clips here doing some wild wiggles. Call him Wild Willy. And a nice clean strike here by OCB. Now it's confirmed that Eclipse's shield is down. So OCB here adding a little bit of extra care here, wanting to get that third point, doing a complete shutout. Eclipse pretty much fighting the raid boss of JA Plus. A nice kill picked up here by OCB. Manages to clip him in the leg there, jumping up there. Will anybody be able to take OCB down at this point? I think OCB here only has one more match left here, but he's looking pretty strong there on top of the leaderboard. Supra does have an opportunity, however, to overtake that, as he's the only one that's managed to grab a frag. Again, this is a round-robin style tournament, so everybody has the chance here to frag each other. Oops. Alright, begin when ready. Deadlyson's enjoying the use of his jumping strikes here, but Super manages to completely delete Death with a well-placed overhead swing. I guess you can say Super cheated Death. Pun intended. Lots of heated clashes here going on between these two players. A Super here trying to be observant, preferring to react to his opponent's swings here. Death here trying to aggressively play. But Death here needs to show Super how to drop it like it's hot. Lots of wild things thrown out. We have confirmed that the shield is down here on Death's side of things. Death switching over to yellow stance here, trying to see if he can get some clean damage. Nice kill picked up here by Super. Only 2 hit points left though. Very close match here by the two players. Alright, on to match 3. In order for Super here to come out on top, you cannot win, cannot lose any matches here at this point. We see Deadly Sins here is trying to use some overhead swings to try to catch his opponent with an instigative attack here, but does not manage to land anything. Switching over to yellow style, trying to pick up any sort of desperate damage here he possibly can. Nice hit here by Super, but doesn't get deep enough here to insta-kill Deadly Sins. But now you can see that Deadly Sins here is playing a little bit more carefully. He has to be extremely low in health here at this point. And a nice kill here picked up by Super, nearly ending, giving a point here to Dead here, if Dead was just a little bit earlier in that swing. Next match is Eclipse versus Deadly Sins. Right? Yeah. I love it when you send me alley pictures, hun. I'll check them out here later. And both these players here are veterans of the 1.00 community, a community which I personally hail from, member of the Axe clan and Azure clan. Had an opportunity here for Deadly Sins to do a couple clean strikes, but does not take the opportunity to switch stances and deal a couple of quick swipes. Missed opportunity here by Dead. Nice clean hit here by Eclipse. We have confirmed that Deadly Sin's shield is down, and now he's dead. He's deader than dead. This just in, we've confirmed that Dead is dead. Will Dead be able to pick up a victory here against this belt here? He needs to be able to take down Eclipse. Nice block here by Dead. Eclipse's attack was cancelled out here. Bingo bingo. It's sort of a tense situation here for both players. Dead gets a nice clean strike here, and Eclipse isn't able to retaliate at all whatsoever. Good footwork. Got a little bit of lightsaber clashing here. People getting really close here, but no damage exchanged between the two players. A nice jump here by a Dead. Manages to narrowly avoid a lethal poke by Eclipse. But now we have confirmed that Dead's shield is down, and Eclipse takes the next victory. Will Dead ever be able to beat Frieza? Tune into the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. And Eclipse manages to completely delete here, death here, throwing those beanbags at his opponent there, shouting the word death. Call it Jedi action live role-playing. We're in a quick ad. Yeah, that would be a round robin and base. Then I would actually legitimately have Dragon Ball Z music to play. Alright, start when ready. Should be 30 seconds. Alright, W switched back to staff style here, but looking like a very dangerous situation. Given OCB's knowledge here, OCB has been able to land a lot of clean, lethal strikes here. Again, if Eclipse here is Frieza, OCB here has got to be Majin Buu. Actually, no, he's hotter than that. Let's go with Cell. Actually, Cell's not all that hot. Never mind, don't clip that. Lots of evasive maneuvers just going here. OCB nearly landing a killing blow here on Dubby. Dubby triggering that elevator. Really trying to get the high ground here, but doesn't realize that this isn't the third Star Wars movie. Doesn't matter if you're on the high ground and the low ground. A poke is still a poke. Are you fucking serious?
Oh my god, epic fail.
I didn't even realize I had a time limit set. We're just gonna have to rematch that. That was an epic fail on my part there. Looks like Eludia Fox here just got lamed here by the server time limit. Remember, for those new in Jedi Academy, laming is when you fight or kill somebody with their lightsabers down or their chat bubbles up. Don't do it. You know, unless it's like mutual or something. Anyway, unfortunate situation here for both players. The time limit did reset what would have been pretty good progress. Now OCB does have the opportunity, having learned W's playstyle here a little bit. Yeah, Eclipse, I just completely forgot about it because I usually come on the server and set it to 0 myself. And a W here using a butterfly here, but OCB chooses not to follow up with any sort of punishment. Nice flip here, but W loses his lightsaber in the process, so there will be no punishment here on W's side. Nice dodge here, but W. Very great footwork. Very nice swing by W. Very well done. Great flip kicks. Very stylish performance here by W. For those that have been following W's progress, he's massively improved since 2 weeks ago. Starting to pull out a little bit of moves that you would see Crime Lord normally doing without the usual transitions. OCB having a little bit hard time figuring out an answer for W's playstyle. We might actually see that Staff and Dualies could be OCB's kryptonite. And W, you're using a transition here. Not sure what W is aiming for. Is he trying to get a poke off? No, he walks too closely to OCB and gets punched for it, but nonetheless, a very nice performance here by W. Now we'll see if W will be able to play what he's learned in this battle and carry it on to the next match here. Again, if W is able to score as much as a single frag here, it could change the leaderboard dramatically. Nice clean strike here by W here. Now both players here do hail from Europe here, but W does have a slight ping advantage, but only a slight ping advantage. And W here is not used to base damages. On KR server, you can tank a hit, but W manages to close out with one victory. Way to go, W. With a butterfly, no less. Unbelievable way to close out a victory. Nice flip kick here by W, but it looked like W took the brunt of that attack there, getting a little too close to OCB. And W's trying to be as observant as possible here, but meanwhile staying as close as he possibly can. OCB manages to land a clean poke, doing a lot of damage against W, taking the match to 1-2. OCB or W here nearly triggering the elevator. So W here trying to jump towards him and land a strike here, but it's getting very dangerously close to some of OCB's attacks. Right now it's kind of hard for me to read both players here. Nice clean hit here by W. Manages to do a quick strike and jump in the air. OCB not able to follow with a retaliation of his own. W gets too close here, isn't able to act on it because his movement has been stunned by the opposing player. Right now I predict that OCB, all OCB needs here at this point is one more hit. I can't imagine W being able to live through anything else. And OCB here does knock down the saber, isn't able to retaliate. OCB here is trying to start reading some of W's jump patterns. As you can see, he's throwing in some interestingly timed jumps. And now we have OCB that's triggering the elevator. But elevator's just sitting there just like, you know, notice me, senpai. And my girlfriend is rooting for W. The W here is going pretty high up in the air. It's extremely nervous here. You just feel it at this point that W here is extremely low in health. Thanks for the single bit, Rix. You see a transition yellow stance, but W doesn't get close enough. Unfortunately, he didn't get too close there because he could have W needs to get a clean hit. W really wants a clean hit right now. He cannot take any sort of exchange. W here bopping on OCB's head like some sort of Goomba. Supposed to be kind of looking a little bit like a Goomba too with that choice of skin. The battle's starting to come in here in the hallway here. Chi Fire Seed's primary area to TFFA in. Now we have W trying to learn what he's observed here in these TFFA tournaments, using these corners here to catch his opponent off guard, but they go back towards the bar here. Starting to look more like an epic Final Fantasy battle between these two players. You know, we have Cloud Strife in one corner and Sephiroth here in the other. But I don't have any music to follow up with here. And W lands into a trap, shutting out the series. Still very well played here by W. You're going to name your Roomba Goomba? Oh my god, please don't name the Roomba. Oh my god, dog pictures. I love them. I love them so much. You have a link for me? I'll play it if you have a link for me. Is that Final Fantasy 14? Nail of the Heavens, FFXIV. Alright, I'll play it. Oh my god. This is actually Nobuo Uematsu. This is old 1.0 music. Now we'll see if W is able to use his new tricks here against Deadly Sins here. This music sounding more like something that you would see in a Naruto video game. Maybe not, I don't know. I have a hopeful music here playing for W. Nice clean strike here by W, using a little bit more wall, but it needs a little bit less cowbell. Said no one ever. Wasn't able to see who took the damage. I think it was Deadly though. Remember, Link, save the princess. Hold the B button to focus your energy. And we have a Puddle Scum here taking the first victory of this match. Nice hit here by Deadly here. W getting caught in too many hits here. Not looking too good here for W right now. W's shield is still up though, but it has to be down here at this point. And we see Deadlyson's using a little bit more variety here in the swings, not using too many right swings, but to often use more diagonal swings, which will throw off a staff user's timing. You have to be extremely observant in order to notice the difference, because the second difference can make a whole world of hurt. Nice flip kick here by Deadly, but he is not able to follow up with any sort of punishment. See W here switching over to yellow stance, but isn't able to manage any sort of hits. Now we have my girlfriend here is managing to be the stream DJ here, but hopefully doesn't play any sort of weird songs on my autoplay, because this is not an extended variant. And the elevator is noticed. The elevator is very happy to see W here at this point. Will we see the elevator get used a second time? And a nice exchange here by that guy. Deadly Sins. I'm gonna change my music. Blind to the Dark. Still setting up the server. Oh my Godzilla, as Smoo would eloquently put it. Oh my gosh, this server gives me nightmares. I mean, this song. Trying to get that one piece of glamour at the end, the tank glamour. Oh my god. And we see the end boss here sucking up clouds like it's some sort of marshmallows. Nice flip kick here by W, trying to get that extra distance. It's a very nice tool here if you want to build distance if your opponent is getting a little too close. Again, transitioning though from base and J+ can build some bad habits if you get too used to using flip kick. And the elevator does get noticed here in this match. The elevator is very happy to see Deadly Sins right now. Will W be able to get at least one victory here? We have confirmed that Deadly Sins' shield is down, so Deadly Sins needs to be very careful not to take any more damage here, because that could end in W's favor, and W takes a point. W won, Deadly Sins 2. Alright. Last song. Bum, bum, bum. Will Debbie be able to make papaya salad here in this next match here? Looks like Deadly Sins landing a very lethal hit here in W. I can't imagine W has any shield here at this point. Looking like a very dangerous situation. Nice strike here by W's. Shield is still up right now. I'm not sure how close we are, and W shield is actually still up. So he didn't take as much damage as I thought he did. Nice roll here to evade attack here by W. Nice pull away here. He almost walked into another strike here, but W's getting quicker and quicker on his reaction times. It looks like Pond Scum, or whatever, Puddle, Deadly. You guys gotta keep the names. Getting tired of this shit. So, well played here by W and Deadly. Alright, Super versus Eclipse. And this is actually the last match. Okay, I have to play something a little on the epic side. What do I have? I don't have anything. What's this one sound like? Sure, whatever. Oh yeah, I gotta switch the names. Alright, this will be our last match here of the day here. Right now it's Eclipse versus Super, then we'll announce winners. Again, the JK3Warriors community does run tournaments. It's been becoming a regular thing here. Our mission is to promote casual and competitive Jedi Academy multiplayer. So if you want to participate in more tournaments casual and competitively, base JK, J+, whatever, join our community here at bit.ly/JK3 Discord or discord.jk3warriors.net. And please notice my server. We have Eclipse that manages to take the first round here. Please notice my server like this elevator gets noticed. This is a really good elevator. Millions of Jedi have put their foot here on this very same elevator. Now, Super here needs to be able to win this series in order to potentially place in first, I think. Otherwise, it's looking like OCB might be first place here. Or rather, no, I think OCB at this point is probably solidified as... No. Super has a chance of being first place, I think, if he wins all 3 matches. Got a couple clean hits here by both players. And Eclipse manages to wiggle the shit out of Super here, closing out the match here. Alright, let's see what our final standings are. Okay, in first place we have OCB. Second place is Supra. Eclipse is third place. Deadly Sins is fourth. And Dubby is last place. GG's to all. Yep, that's it. The proudest last place. Yes. Yes, be proud of that. Okay. Don't know if we'll be back with another one tonight. That was the only tournament I have scheduled here. So
let's see here.
Let's host somebody. Yeah. I'm not sure what game this is, but I'll go ahead and raid Loafing Around. Thanks for watching, guys.